The war was not going well. The Zurin were advancing faster than the Alliance's expectations, 7 systems lost in the last 3 weeks, and now Captain Tick's cruiser, the Stellar Avenger, had been cut off from the main force and had been engaged in a running battle for days. Ammunition for the mass cannons had run dry a week ago, and the fuel for the combat engines, keeping the battle lasers firing, was running dangerously low. One more engagement, and the ship would have nothing to use but angry words and hateful glares. The only advantage that the Alliance had was that their FTL was leagues beyond the Zurin. Not that it had helped when the Zurin launched an EMP attack and damaged the nav computers in long-range comms. The captain had been forced to perform an unguided jump. Under such conditions, the ship could only jump one system at a time for safety. Captain came the rasping voice of the chief engineer. "We've got it. Nav is back online and the communication relay has been replaced." Tickik breathed a sigh of relief. "Thank the gods. Establish communications with the fleet as soon as possible." "Already on it, sir," barked out a junior officer. "I'm getting a repeating message with Admiral Corrin's ID code. Its coordinates, sir. That has to be a rendezvous point. Fire up the FTL and make for that location. Hi, sir." The repaired nav computer made quick work of the 50 light-year jump, and soon Ticklik observed a sight both relieving and distressing. The fleet, or what was left of it, was in bad shape. Even the Admiral's flagship had not emerged unscathed, with a large gouge out of the port side and one of the starboard cells missing. Entirely other vessels were warping in from wherever they had run after the EMP crippled the fleet. "Incoming message, sir. Connect it." A screen popped up before the captain, and the slightly grainy image of the ADL had T-Lock jumping to attention. "Sit lock, please. No need for ceremony. I'm glad to see you. The Avenger is one of only 3 cruisers that has arrived so far." Tia's 2 hearts skipped a beat. They had launched with 12. Condition of the rest of the fleet. "Sir," he requested Bay 37 ships too crippled to fight. 25 ships at 0 ammunition and 4 ships dead in space. They ran out of fuel. Getting here, and there's still more than half of the fleet unaccounted for. The sheer numbers staggered the captain. "Order, sir, we still have some juice for our lilers." "Good to know. Take point with the Vanguard. Captain orders from HQ are to stand by here for reinforcement and resupply." "Out here, sir, the nearest friendly starbase is at least 20 systems away." "Those are your orders, Captain. Guard the fleet." "Aye, Admiral." The screen popped out of existence. As the captain ordered his ship into position to lead the few ships capable of protecting the crippled fleet, "Captain, new signal transiting out of warp. It's big, sir." "How big?" "Over 100 million tons, sir." That made the entire bridge shudder. The flagship of the fleet was only 10 million tons. "Target the enemy." A futile gesture, to be sure, but by the gods, T-Lock would not go down without a fight. "Hold fire, sir. I have a friendly if ping." "Impossible. The Alliance doesn't have a ship that size." "The ship registration says the vessel is human, sir." "Humans!" exclaimed T-Lock, second in command. "What are they doing here? The nearest human outpost is 300 light-years away." "That's what the register says, sir. The humans aren't even part of the Alliance." The second in command wheezed. "They are not our enemies either, number 2. I will not reject help, no matter the source." "But, sir, in the last war, they outnumbered and outgunned us." "Do not test my knowledge of history, number 2. The humans defeated us in a mere 3 months, but they were also honorable. Any ship that surrendered was towed to a repair point station, and the crew were kept in very reasonable confinement until negotiations for peace were made, and all prisoners were released without exception. I doubt you would receive such a deal from the Shorin." The second in command wisely shut his mouth. Suddenly a cry came from the communications officer. "Sir, incoming message from the human ship. Patch it through to the main screen." The display screen on the bridge showed a moment of static before a human with long hair appeared, showing off many of its teeth. "Hello and thank you for using Dia Alpha Centaur Logistics Services. My name is Heather. How can I help you today?" The human declared in a bright and happy voice, never losing her smile. The bridge crew was caught off guard by the cheerful greeting. Even T-Lock was taken aback for a moment before his mind grasped onto a word that made sense in this situation. Logistics. So you're here to resupply us? That is correct, sir. Now, the absurd size of the ship made sense. Well, in that case, we are in need of ammunition. Let's see, the human said while typing away on her keyboard. An Alliance Avenger-class cruiser, full complement of 20,200mm rounds for the main railguns and 300,000 rounds for the mass driver point defense guns. I can have those fabricated and sent out to you in 10 minutes. Will you be needing any fuel cells for your laser banks? Yes, please. Done. Would you like a top-off for your engines? Number 2, inquired the captain. Fuel rods are down to 10%, sir. A full replacement for our fuel rods, please. All right, 12 deuterium fuel rods. I can see your ship is a little banged up. Would you like me to add a nano-T technician to your order? A nano-T technician? Yes, sir. A fully qualified repair tech equipped with the very latest nanomachines. Repairs guaranteed as good as any dry dock. That would be most appreciated, of course, sir. Would you like anything else? The Alliance purchased ACL Premium, so the entirety of our goods and services are at your disposal. Aish, what do you offer? The human beamed brighter than ever. We pride ourselves on providing just about anything a spacefaring sailor could ever need or want. Our medical services offer everything from simple sterile bandages to galactic-certified physicians and specialists. We offer a wide variety of home goods, office supplies, and clothing tailored to any specification, and you must try our grocery selection. Our replicators can produce roughly 95% of foodstuffs from across the galaxy. T-Lock's head was spinning. These humans were a gift from the gods. That last service had him practically salivating. The crew had been on rations of nutrient paste for a week. Fresh meat, fruits, and vegetables would do 1 ears for crew morale. Please give us a moment, T-Lock said to the human. She nodded with that ever-present smile on her face. Number 2, get all department heads and the ship's cook up here with list of needed supplies in 10 minutes. Yes, sir, came an eager reply. An hour later, and T-Lock was happier than he'd been in months. An entire fleet of cargo drones was streaming back and forth from the human ship and the stricken fleet. The cloud of combat-capable ships surrounding the Avenger in the vanguard was growing steadily. The human Heather had asked only once for the captain to bring his cruiser closer to the supply ship to facilitate a quicker transaction. He had politely refused. Orders were orders, after all, and the human, God's bless her hairy head, had only nodded and not pressed the issue. The ship's cook had whipped up a simple yet delicious meal of paw noodles with meat sauce, Rome beans, and a whole fruit for each crew member. The humans even had pleur juice, a favorite of the crew. With full bellies, the crew went about stowing the fresh supplies with renewed vigor. Some were even singing songs of victory as they went about their duties. T-Lock stood happily upon the bridge, enjoying the almost tangible sense of joy aboard his ship as he bit into a fresh, tangy fruit. By every good thing in the verse. Those human food synthesizers were good. The tangy tasted just as good as the last time he had eaten one, back before he joined the academy. T-Lock finished his fruit and turned his attention back to his monitors. His crew had feasted, and now it was time for his ship to metaphorically do the same. Emergency generators had been brought online so the main engines could be shut down to replace the fuel rods. It was a dangerous time for his ship as the generators were only rated to power life support and basic navigation. Naturally, that's when everything went to pot. Sir, multiple signals warping in. It's the Zurin. T-Lock punched a button on his command chair. All lands to your posts. Battle stations. Excuse me. Number 2, tell engineering to hurry up with the refueling. We need main power back online. Now, Captain T-Lock. Yes, sir, the second-in-command said as he relayed the message to the chief engineer. Captain T-Lock finally noticed that the human Heather had been calling out to him. Ma'am, you don't have to worry. We will protect you from the Shin. I'm flattered, sir, but you misunderstand. As a customer of the Alpha Centaur Logistics Company, you are under our protection until our business is finished. Our captain is attempting to communicate with the Joran ships, but it seems they're not in a talking mood. T-Lock did a double take. You are going to protect us? Yes, sir. Under the laws of the Terran Federation, every business from a simple farmer to a transplanetary corporation has the right to defend its livelihood. At ACL, we pride ourselves on our customer service, so our customers, in this case your fleet, enjoy protection under that law. Sir, whispered Talak. Second, are we in Federation space? It slipped my mind to check. After days of running nearly blind, it's possible we wandered into human territory, Talak admitted. Oh dear. The human side, never losing that smile. It looks like things are going to get violent soon. I do. Please like and subscribe if you have liked it.